Alright, so first I'm gonna start making my pickles. First I get 1 cup of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and then a couple star anise stars I put in too. Then some black peppercorns, and then some allspice berries. And then I stir that around to get everything dissolved so that there's no crystals of salt. So next I get my cucumbers, and then I wash them, and then cut off both sides so that you have something flat to cut off of so it's not as dangerous. So then I decided to go to cut them lengthways so that you get nice even strips to fit onto the sandwich. Alright, so next I get a jar out, and then I start putting the pickles inside the jar. Make sure to not add any sides of where the skin is. I'm not sure how that would work, it probably won't be good. But once you get all those in, just make sure you tightly pack them so you get in as much as you can. So once you have all those in there, I started by adding the bigger objects from the vinegar mixture so that they don't float on top and do nothing. And then I got some dill and just tore some off. So yeah, then I just stuffed it in there. Doesn't matter, you can break it up if you want, doesn't matter really. And then I started by pouring the rest of my vinegar mixture. You can stuff in some of the peppercorns and whatever else is in there so that they don't float on the top. If you need to, you can add more vinegar on top just so everything gets submerged. I somehow forgot to add the garlic in, so I started by unpeeling the garlic. And then I lightly crushed it. And then I started by shoving it in there. Alright, so next we're gonna start making our french fries. So I got 3 russets and I peeled them and washed them. And then I'm just gonna start cutting them by making them into nice big planks, about a quarter to half-inch thick, and then I submerge them in water to make sure that they don't oxidize. And then I just simply cut them into french fries. Alright, so next we're gonna make our mayonnaise for the chicken sandwiches. Right here I have 2 egg yolks without the whites. If you use the whites, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but so then I add some lemon juice. We didn't have the real stuff, so that's just what I had to use. And then I break them up and then whisk them so that they get evenly incorporated. And then I slowly add neutral oil. Don't use olive oil, probably wouldn't taste that good. So I just slowly do this, whisking constantly until it gets really thick and yeah. So then I add equal parts ketchup to the mayonnaise, and then I whisk that in. And then I add in some hot sauce, as much as you like. And then some Worcestershire sauce, about a tablespoon. And then some salt. And then some pepper. Alright, so next it's time to prep our chicken. I got boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You can use thighs. Um, so I decided to cut these into 3 evenly sized pieces to fit the buns that I had. So I just cut the tail off of the thinner piece of the breast off, and then I cut the thicker piece into, I cut it in half. Alright, so next I'm gonna make the marinade for the chicken. I'm doing a buttermilk marinade. So I add in just about enough buttermilk to like coat the chicken that I have. I had 6 different pieces. So then I add some hot sauce to add some heat. You can add as much as you want. And then I add some salt and then some pepper. So then in another bowl, this is gonna be the flour mixture that you're gonna coat the chicken in. So first I add 2.5 cups of flour. And then I add in like a half to like a full cup of cornstarch. And then I also add in some salt and then some pepper. Then also to this, I add some smoked paprika for some color, and then also the taste. And then I also add in some garlic powder and also some onion powder. Then I also add in some cayenne pepper for a little bit of heat. And then in addition of that, I also add some MSG. It's completely optional. So then I got a sheet tray, and then I added some paper towels, and then I put the French fries I've been soaking in the water on top to completely dry them off, so that it's safer in the oil. You really want to make sure that these get really dry. So now you're going to want to get another baking sheet, and then get your flour mixture and your buttermilk that has been marinating for 2 to 3 hours or up to overnight. So then I get the chicken out, and then I put it into the flour, and then I make sure that I get everything coated. If you have any bald spots, it will turn into like this dried chicken. It's not good. So make sure you get everything coated. So now in a pot, get some oil going. I have it at medium heat because we're gonna do the first fry of the French fries. So to test if your oil is good enough, add a fry in and see if it bubbles. If it does, then that means that's ready. So I did my French fries in 2 batches. So I added in. I let these cook for about 7 minutes on a lowish heat. You're just trying to get these cooked. You're not trying to get any color. You're just trying to get them cooked all the way through. After 7 minutes, you can take them out. You can tell when they're done whenever they're a little floppy and a little bit pale, and they look like their surface has roughened a little bit. So I just took these out, and then I did my second batch. After both batches were done, I was getting ready for my chicken. So I put my chicken in, and this is gonna cook on a high heat for about 6 to 7 minutes, or whenever the crust is really golden. In the back, you can see I was toasting my buns. This is optional, but I recommend it. So once they were done, I just started flipping them over to make sure that the crust was good, and then I started putting them over on my baking sheet. So now I was ready for my second fry. I had this on a really high heat, and the point of this is to get them a little bit more cooked and also to get some color. I would cook these for about 6 minutes. This is also going to make them crisp up a lot and look them a lot more appealing. So once the fries were done, I added them to a bowl, and then I added a good amount of salt, and then I shook them up. While they're still hot, they will get the salt a lot better from the oil on them. So now I get my buns, and then I add some sauce to them. And then I got a piece of chicken. And then I got a pickle. I had to cut it in half because they were a little bit too long. But that'll fit a lot better than the rings that you would usually get. And then I added the top bun, and then some fries. I forgot to add the part where I ate it, but if that's for confirmation that I made it, this is Noah Johnson for the final of Foods and Nutrition, period 1. And it was really fun making this, and it tasted really good.